11 Unwritten Rules Regarding Fantasy Football.
Hey everybody, if you couldn't tell, it's about that time of year. No, not football time. Fantasy football time. Alright, I feel a little bit more comfortable now. Let's talk about some unwritten rules about fantasy football. Rule number 1. Setting a draft date. You want 10, 12, 14, sometimes even more. You want all those people to show up at the same place at the same time, have all their ducks in a row. Now, that's usually the commissioner's job. They have to set a date. They can't be too soft or too firm. Now, being too firm is like this. Click, 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 click. We're setting the fantasy draft for August 22nd. Make it or don't. I don't care. What if August 22nd didn't work? What if August 23rd worked for everyone? If you're too firm, you'll never know that, and people will be like, you know what, I'm out of this league.
Can't meet his demands.
You also don't want to be too soft. Hey everyone, let me know when you can draft. Do like my boy Joey Vassallo does. He picks like 10 days. He says, can you make any of these days, yes or no? And you gotta cross them off. Rule number 2, attendance. Now attendance is a big thing. 1, you already picked a date. You better show up. When you agreed to this date, you already checked your calendar and made sure your family wasn't going on a cruise, and now you have to tell people a week before the draft you can't make it. Also, you put the draft on the calendar. That calendar that you have in your kitchen, that lets everyone know that's your day to draft for fantasy football. So the wife or the girlfriend's not going to be, oh, can we go apple picking? And be like, yeah, sure. And then the day before the draft, you're like, oh, man, honey, I have a fantasy football draft that day. Well, you already told me we're going apple picking, so we're doing that. Mad pimp, bro. Rule number 3, be prepared. That means showing up on time. You could download an app. You could bring some papers. You should always bring a pen or pencil. Be prepared. I'm not going to say it again. Rule number 4, have some fun. You're there. You're with all your buddies. Your friends from work. Your buddies' friends from work. Your wife's friends' buddies from work. You're with a group of people. You should have fun. Have a drink. Have fun. Have a drink. Don't be too sober. Don't be too drunk. Rule number 5, don't share too much. If you give away too much, it changes people's draft strategy. And then the guy in the corner that came unprepared is like, is he good? And everyone's like, what the? Don't even say a player's name if they have not been drafted. You don't want to say a player's name if they have been drafted either. Aha, repicker. But we'll get to that later. Rule number 6, keep conversations to a minimum. You're in a crowded room. There's 8, 9, 12, 13, 15, 20 other people in some cases, all in one room. You don't need to talk about every draft pick. You don't need to talk about what you did last weekend.
Nobody cares.
You got a lot of rounds to get through, a lot of players to get through. Just shut up. Shut up. Otherwise, the draft will last forever. Rule number 7, be prepared to draft multiple guys in a round. That's not possible. You can only draft one player per round. I read it online and in the dictionary, and my mom told me, my brother told me, you can only draft one player per round. You can only draft one player per round. I thought you could only draft one per round. That's right. You could only draft one per round, but prepared to draft 1 or 2 or 3. At some point in the draft, the guy you have your heart set on is going to be picked up right before you're ready to pick him up. Your guy just got picked up. So what do? You do deer in the headlights. You panic and try to find someone. You say, Aaron Hernandez. Rule number 8, if you're doing an auction, have an auctioneer that can take charge of a room. You're going to have people talking, people not paying attention. Someone's going to nominate someone that you're not interested in, so you're going to start a conversation with someone else, and they're going to start a conversation with someone else, and then there's only one person bidding, and then someone's going to say, how much was that? What? They need to take charge of that room, be loud, be assertive, and their word is final. If the idiots in the back aren't paying attention, guess what? They're going to miss out. Auctioneers take charge of the room. Rule number 9, pay attention. You have to know every player that's been picked every single round, so you avoid the dreaded repick.
Adrian Peterson? It's the 4th round. Is that normal that he's available?
Don't be a repicker. Pay attention. Pay attention. Don't be a repicker. And rule number 10 is speed things up. has to do with everything we've talked about so far. Billy Cundiff or Josh Scobie? Let's look at their stats for the last 5 years. Who's better? Who projects to have a better year? When it's towards the end of the draft, don't think too much. Move it along. Just keep things fast. Keep it simple. Have a drink. Yeah, I said 11 rules, but I only did 10. I guess the last one could be
Try your best? Good sportsmanship?
no. The 11th rule. Bring your money, son.
Don't forget that cash, son. Where your cash at?